Hello, it's Bildie's Bizarro Bedtime. This is me, Madeleine Swan, and my husband, Bill.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, we form the Bildie, and we tell each other a story. Just any old story, really. Usually weird. I mean, it's going to be weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be weird.
So I'll start.
Okay.
Do you have a character suggestion?
Yes. Katie.
Katie?
Okay.
Yeah. What's Katie like?
She is. She works in an office. And she's got OCD.
Right.
So she's very particular about, where things have got to be.
Yeah.
Well, that sort of thing.
Okay, so Katie, on the side of her office job, has been doing just little broadcasts online, things like that. Not really expecting it to go anywhere.
Like a YouTube videos and stuff like that, or
YouTube, Twitch, whatever. You know.
Okay, yeah. Any platform.
Yeah,
I see. Yeah.
And
I'm showing my age there. It has to be YouTube.
It's okay.
You mean there's other things?
And so one day she looks at her phone and realises that she's got billions of views on everything.
Billions?
Yeah, billions.
On everything?
On everything.
Every one of the things she's done.
She's suddenly... yes, she's suddenly massively popular.
Yeah.
And she can't believe it. She's checking through everything. It seems like she just got discovered overnight,
Wow. Well.
So she gets an email while she's at work and she's thinking, oh my God, my boss is going to find out, what are they going to say? That's going to be really peculiar. She gets an email saying, we have an assignment that you could do, seeing as you're massively popular
Who's
online.
this? This is her boss?
No, it's not her boss. This is from a company called Look Over There.
Right. Okay, so she gets an email.
Yeah. And it says, you're massively popular,
Yeah.
Do you want to have a meeting with us?
Yeah.
Or whatever, and we will go through this thing,
Yeah. And she thinks...
That's what it says word for word.
Yeah, and she thinks it's a bit of an odd name for a company. Look over there.
Look over there, yeah.
Or she might think, I've heard of them. They're that big company that...
Well, she knows she may have heard of it somewhere.
Yeah.
But when she checks online, she sees that it is a very popular company.
Yeah, look over there, yeah.
And, she's lucky to even have some sort of meeting with them, you know.
Yeah.
So she has to do it in her lunch break because obviously her boss still doesn't know
Actually,
what's
that's
going
quite a good name. If this company was like promoting like actors and trying to get people famous, Look Over There is actually quite a good name.
Yeah, it's not bad actually. Maybe I'll remember it. So she meets them in her lunch break.
Yeah.
And it's two very strange people. They're both wearing balaclavas. She can't see their faces or anything. And they're wearing all black. So she thinks that's a bit peculiar. Am I about to get taken somewhere? What's going on?
I would be a bit worried.
So they say, do you want to come in and sit down? Because it's like a cafe. And she looks around and sees that, it's in public. I'm sure everything's fine. So she sits down and...
So they're in the cafe with the balaclavas on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No one else seems to mind. If
if
anything, they're kind of looking over in admiration. And she thinks, right, clearly it's some sort of thing. And then they say to her, we're wearing these because we're aliens, There's no point hiding it. It doesn't really matter.
And do they tell her this covertly, or
they're just like
quite open?
They just say, yeah, we're aliens. This is why we're wearing it.
Yeah. Everyone else seems to...
Everyone knows that we're aliens. It's just that people like freak out a bit when they see our faces, and one lifted his balaclava a bit.
Right.
And it was a normal face, but his cheeks had a slight greenish tinge.
Oh, so nothing too...
Yeah, so she said, well, you probably would be alright just walking around like that. And they were like, no, if too many, it just blows people's minds. They can't take it.
Yeah, a bit of a hassle as well.
It's easier just to do this. So she thinks, right, it's probably a bit of an overreaction, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. So they say, okay, so this is what we want. We're thinking, because obviously we're very advanced. We're aliens. We mastered what? I just want to know what you.
Well, we're very advanced. They sound a bit cocky.
Yeah. Although they are,
okay,
they are very advanced. So
so it's compared to us. Yeah, it's warranted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's cocky, but it is kind of relevant.
Just
I probably didn't need to say it, but Yeah. So he says, right, this is what we want to do. Right, it's mainly one talking and the other one just sort of nods, and then translates it into alien, which Katie can't speak, so he's sort of a bit redundant. But it seems like the other boss just didn't really, want him to feel left out, so he's there.
So there's two of them.
Yeah.
One of them says it in alien.
Yeah.
And the other one translates it into English to Katie.
The guy, he's talking to her in her language, in English.
Yeah.
And the other guy is translating it into alien. Yeah.
And there's no other aliens, just for himself.
Yeah.
Even though he understands it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
That's good. Yeah, it's just, I like it.
His friend doesn't want him to feel left out. They started the company together. He is very useful.
Well, and also, who are we to question? I mean, what they're doing, they're advanced. They're more advanced. There's probably a reason that we can't even fathom.
Perhaps.
I
mean, I suppose it's always possible. But anyway. So they say to her, this is what we want. We need someone who's very popular, who's got, I'm
just enjoying it.
Who's got appeal, to go back in time and interview a load of people that are, famous now.
Yeah.
And may have been famous back then, but we aren't able to get any interviews with them or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because they're dead. It's a long time ago.
Right. Yeah. So they've got to be dead now.
Yeah.
And they go back.
Like Charles Dickens, for example.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Hans Christian Andersen, or
or any dead famous person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, So she says, so I'll be sent back in time in a machine, and will I be coming home every evening? And they said, well, that's the thing. It is a 6-month assignment. You'd have to be.
Is she married, Katie?
No, she's not married.
She's single?
She's not. Yeah, she's single.
Right,
and
good.
she could do with the money that they're offering.
Yeah,
That's a lot
no
of money,
children.
No children, nothing like that. Yeah, so it's it seems like it could be a good option.
Could be workable. That.
Yeah. So what the idea is that she will go back in time, and she gets a nice townhouse in Victorian London, and she thinks, oh, that's very pleasant. Oh, good. And she has like a brooch. She wears a brooch, and that has like a camera in it. So she can just go and interview and film people and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's only one time she goes back to. It's Victorian times.
Well, that's her first. That's the first assignment.
6 months.
She'll be able to go anywhere after that if she wants to, That's what they're hoping.
In 6 month blocks, like so Victorian era 6 months, and then Edwardian 6 months, and then
or wherever.
Yeah. Okay.
And so basically the aliens want her to go there for 6 months, and then she can film people and interview them. Like she's got an interview with, I don't know, I said Charles Dickens, so we'll say him.
Yeah.
You know, and the first half is an interview. Yeah. So she goes in for the interview, and that's fine. And while she's doing that, Twitter is just ablaze, because obviously it's the first historical...
Twitter?
Yeah. Because it's the first historical live stream.
I see, so it's broadcast through time back to the current day.
Yeah.
Okay,
so we're watching it, on stream,
on
Twitch, on Twitter, or wherever.
Yeah, on her, maybe even on her channel.
Yeah, on
because,
her. Although it would probably be through Look Over There's channel.
And hers. Maybe.
And she'd be linked to it. That's probably what would happen.
Okay. I think it's important for the story to get these things ironed out.
That's if it makes you happy, I don't mind. So she's streaming. We can all watch it. She goes in. She interviews Charles Dickens. While this is going on, there are historians that are just going mad, saying, "Well, she's only a celebrity. What good is sending her? What's she doing?" But the thing is, like. Other people are also saying, well, they chose her for a reason. Clearly, she's very personable. Yeah. And she is getting a lot of interesting things out of him.
Yeah, his story's going rabble.
Yeah, exactly. Rabble. I mean, it's that's always the way, isn't it? It just gets ridiculous. And then at some point, someone will probably bring up, her qualifications and say, well, I taught history.
I was looking into Charles Dickens when she was in nappies.
She's not even asking about his mistress, etc., etc. So it's her, it's Dickens. He thinks she's interviewing him for ladies' interest magazine or something. But really, the brooch is capturing everything.
She's got to be careful not to disrupt the timeline as well while she's doing all of this.
Well, that's actually not a problem, so don't even worry about that.
Right, okay. They've sorted that, the aliens.
They don't worry. It's not a thing.
Advanced.
Yeah, they're so advanced, it's really not a problem. Yeah. So, but then the very last 10 minutes is a bit of fun. You see, she'll excuse herself.
Yeah. The last sentence is a bit of fun.
Yeah, a bit of fun for everyone. Yeah. She'll excuse herself.
Yeah.
And while she's in a different room, she'll check her phone quickly and see what the top-rated silly suggestion is. And then she'll somehow, say it's... someone said make an owl noise. She'll have to go back in and at some point bring the conversation round to owls and slip in an owl noise. So
or boo.
Yeah. And then if she wants to make a bit more money, she could set up an OnlyFans as well.
Set up a what?
An OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, an OnlyFans. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I don't know. Invite Byron round or.
Well, I think that'd be more up to Look Over There, wouldn't it? They'd settle. They'd make the decisions on
Look
that.
Over There will probably branch out and they'll have an OnlyFans style
subscription thing.
Yeah, and I'm sure Dickens would be up for.
Well, that'd be. I'd sign up. I'd sign up to that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you would.
Well, that's the thing. You'd watch out of curiosity.
Yeah. Is this a fantasy?
No. Honest to God.
There was a 1920s one, and they were interviewing.
I don't know,
Louise Brooks.
Yeah. Well,
you would be.
I'd be curious.
Yeah.
I'd be curious, but that's not to say that I
would.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, so that's it.
Okay. So I'm gonna do a sort of ghost story.
Okay, another one.
Another ghost story.
I mean, not that was a ghost story last time, but it was
my
peculiar.
dream, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was unsettling, we'll say.
Yeah, this is going to be terrifying.
I'm enthralled already.
Yeah, so it's kind of 90... What year was it?
Obviously, it's 1924.
1924, and a young...
Flapper.
Flapper,
yeah.
Is... she's at college, or something like that, yeah. Yeah, college, you can say colleges, yeah. And it's her summer break.
Yeah.
So she needs to find a job. Mm-hmm. So she likes to she can't do flappering.
Yeah, she's flapping about.
Flappering? Can you do?
I suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah. She can't do that as a summer job. So what job does she get?
Shop girl.
She's a shop girl. Okay, so she's serving people, and the door is a dusty old shop, and she works for an old man.
Yeah.
Who says come in for the interview, and he's creeping around the back, and he's got lots of weird vials of potions and things like that, and they have the interview, and he's very impressed with her necklace, so she gets the job.
Okay.
And he likes her style.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay. And she goes home that evening. She's kind of looking excited to start work the next day, but there's a sense of dread, and the windows that night, the tree outside the window is tapping on her window. Yeah. Tap.
Yeah.
Tap. And the next morning, the sun comes up and she forgets all about that. And she goes to work, and the old man, he's got creaky knees. So
that's a bit like Scare Me, isn't it? He's got an oxygen tank or something. No, carry on. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, no, go on. Doesn't matter.
But he hasn't got an oxygen tank.
No, he's got creaky knees.
He has got an oxygen tank actually. Because what he does in his spare time is a scuba diver, and he likes to practice in the shop. So he's got creaky knees as well. So this is what it sounds like when she knocks on the door in the morning. It's like come in, and she's like, oh my god, and it's like it's only me and my oxygen tank with my creaky knees
practicing my diving.
Yeah. And she walks in flapping everywhere. And then she goes in, and while she's serving people, it's not that busy.
No.
She sees a magazine, and she opens it, and she sees an advert for kung fu lessons.
Right.
And she has always wanted to do kung fu.
Okay, this is a very meandering story.
Yeah. So she goes to the kung fu lessons.
Yes.
And she becomes falls in love.
Right.
With a ninja. Yeah. But one day, on the way home, the ninja gets run over by a carriage.
A carriage?
A carriage.
1920s. Okay.
They had carriages, did they?
They had cars.
Had cars, didn't they? Of course.
Yeah, I mean there
was carriages.
were carriages,
there was a milk,
yeah.
Maybe the milk carriage.
Okay, yeah.
But they didn't have milk carriages today. There was a cart.
It was a cart, yeah.
Yeah, it was a milk cart. And so he gets she's found her love. He gets run over.
Yes.
And then laying in bed the next night. She's still working there.
Right.
Because she's given up college now. She quite likes the shop.
Oh.
And she's given up college. She can still flap. She flaps around.
Yeah, it's a shame that she gave up college, but it's not for everyone.
Yeah, well, I mean, soon after she does go back. Well, this is the thing. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Okay.
So she goes back to bed that night after a day's work with the old man. She likes the old man.
Yes. Even though he's got this creepy.
He's got
diving
creaky knees
tank.
And diving tank. Yeah, but it's hard. It's just he likes.
Yeah, I suppose that's not real.
Yeah.
Go on.
So anyway, she's laying in bed. Again, the rap tapping on the door.
Which is just her boss.
No.
Okay, it's
she's
not.
at home in her bed.
Okay, yeah.
And what walks in? But a ghostly figure of a ninja. And the ninja says, "You need to go back to college." And she says, "Oh, you're that bloke that I fell in love with, aren't you?"
She's quite casual about
it. I
can
tell because
of all
the ninja stuff you're wearing.
Yeah.
And he says yes. So she goes back to college, and it's there that she discovers the cure for influenza. And that's the story of the amazing ghostly ninja.
Okay, very good. Oh, that was terrifying.
It was, yeah. I think it would be very scary.
Yeah. Okay, that's Bildie's Bizarro Bedtime, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Next time.